welcome back to my channel. So today we will do this particular question, fruits into basket. This is a very famous interview question. Let's try to understand question first. So this is a big problem statement. We will read it point by point and try to understand what it is trying to say. So we are given a situation that you are visiting a farm that has a single row of fruits tree. Okay, we have a single row of trees which are fruits trees. They are arranged from left to right. Okay, the trees are represented by an integer array fruits. For example, in this input we have fruit is equal to 1 to 1. In this case 1 to 1, each is a tree. Okay, 1 is tree, 2 is tree, 1 is also a tree, where fruit of I is the type of fruit that ith tree produces. So in this input, 1, if we are given fruit of I is equals to 1, which means 1 is the type of fruit that tree number at index 0 is producing. So in this input, we have at index 0 and 2, we have 1, which means both the trees produce same type of fruit. Now we want to collect as much as fruit possible, so we need to maximize the number of fruits that we can collect, but there are some rules. So the rule says that you have two basket and each basket can hold only single type of fruit. Okay, if in one basket you are putting ones, then you can only put one. If in other basket you are putting 5, you can only put 5 into that basket. There is no limit on the amount of fruits that you can hold in a basket. And the second rule is, starting from any tree of the choice, you must pick exactly one fruit from every tree, including the start tree. So basically this is trying to say that you can pick fruits in a contiguous form. So suppose if you started from 1, then you need to pick from 1 to the continuous way. You can't skip in between. Okay, and once you reach a tree with fruits that cannot fit into your basket, you must stop. For example, in this array, if you picked 0, 1, you cannot pick 2 because you only had 2 basket. So there is no other basket, so you need to stop picking. You can't pick any other one which is forward in the array. So yeah, this is a quite complex problem statement. Let's try to understand it first. So in the input we will be given a array fruits. The array here represents a row of trees. This is a tree, this is a tree, and this is also a tree. This tree produce a type of fruit which is 1. This tree produce fruits which is of type 2. This tree produce fruits of type 1 again. So what we have is, we have two baskets. We have two baskets and these baskets can hold any number of fruits. But in one basket you can only put one type of fruit. For example, if you picked this fruit, then it will have 1. If you pick this fruit, this cannot go into this basket. This is different from the previous fruit, so this will come to this basket. And now if you pick this fruit, it can go to this basket only, it will not go to this basket because it is 1. So same type of fruits in one basket and different type of fruit in other basket. If there would be a 3, that we cannot pick because we don't have a third basket for 3. We can only pick 2 types of fruits. Now let's look at this input also. Here we have 2 basket. If we try to pick 0, 0 will be in this basket. If we pick 1, 1 will be in this basket. Now we cannot pick these two because we don't have other basket, and there is a rule which says that we can only pick in continuous fashion. If we have started picking from here, we need to pick this. We cannot skip anything in between. Suppose there was a 1 here. Let's say there was a 1. And you thought that, okay, I will pick this, I will pick this, and then I will pick this one. But this thing is not allowed. We cannot skip fruits in between. So in this particular given input, what we can do is we need to maximize the number of fruits. So instead of picking 0, if we pick this 1 and keep it in one basket, and we pick this 2 and keep it in other basket, and we can pick this 2 and keep it in this basket. This way we have 3 fruits, which is maximum, which is more than picking these 2. So this way we need to plan what we need to pick. Let's look at this particular input. We have 2 baskets. If you thought of picking 1 and you put 1 here, then you need to pick the next fruit, because this we need to pick in continuous fashion. And you picked 2. 2 will be in this basket. In this case, we have answer as 2, because 2 is the maximum number of fruits that you picked. Now, can you pick this 3? No, because we don't have a third basket. So we cannot pick this 3. So we need to break this pattern of picking. But if we think of another possible solution, that let's not pick this one and skip this. Let's pick this 2. In that case, 2 will be here. Now we are allowed to pick this, and let's keep this here. Now this is again 2, we can put this here. This is again 2, we can put this here. In this case, we have 4 fruits, which is maximum, because when we started from 1, we had 2 in answer. But when we started with 2, we have 4 in answer. So this is the answer that we need to return. So if we look at the problem, we can see that it is a subarray with at most 2 type of elements, right? Because we are always picking continuous elements, we cannot skip from between, and there are only 2 baskets. That's why only 2 type of elements. So this problem reduces to this. Now let's think of a solution for this. So looking at the problem, that we need to find a subarray with at most k distinct elements, and the k is 2 here. So we need only 2 distinct elements. So we can think of a naive solution. Okay, we need a subarray. So first thing that we can do is generate all subarrays. So this is first thing that we can do. By running a nested for loop, we can easily generate all subarrays. Now there is some condition that which subarray will be selected as our answer. So we need to find for a subarray what are the type of elements. So for that, what we can do is we can create a set. We know that set is a data structure in which if we push 1, 1, 1, it will result to 1 only, because it stores only unique elements. So we will create a set. Once we have created a set, what we will do is, once we have created the set, we will count distinct fruit type. And if the count is less than or equal to 2, we will update our answer, which will be the max length. Right? So this way we can do the naive solution. Let's see how we can code this. So for coding this, what we can do is, first we need to generate all subarrays. So what we will do is, for int I equal to 0. So for coding this, what we can do is that we know that we need a nested loop for generating all subarrays. So let's say I equal to 0 to n minus 1. And what we will do is we will create a set. Create an empty set, right? So for this, we will have unordered set of type int. Let's call it st. Now once we have an unordered set, so the inner loop will start from I and go till n, where n is the size of the array. N is equals to fruits dot size. Now what we will do is we will insert the jth element into the set. So this way we have inserted jth element into the set, and we will check the size of set. If the size is greater than 2, we need to break, because we don't want size greater than 2 because we have only 2 baskets. And if size is less than equal to 2, which means this condition is not true, in that case what we want to do is we will update a max length. So the max length will be initially 0. We have, let's say, max length is equals to 0, and what we will do is max length is equals to maximum of max length in the length of current subarray, which is j minus I plus 1. At last we will return max length. So we know that for generating subarray we are running 2 loops, so the time complexity is big O of n square. So we know we are using sets here, but we also know that we are not putting more than 2 elements in the set. So the space complexity is big O of 1 because we are only using 2 elements in the set. So now let's optimize this. We know that this is taking order of n square. So the interviewer will ask, can you optimize this? So now let's think of it. Now if we solve this with sliding window, we will have a left pointer and a right pointer. Initially the window has only 1. We have max length as 0 initially and frequency map is empty. When we have right at 1, we will update frequency of 1 as 1. And the max length is now 1. We will check the size of frequency map dot size. If the size is greater than 2, in that case we will shrink the window. Currently the size is not greater than 2. Now we will do right plus plus. Now we have reached this element. This is not in map. We will do an entry of this in map. Now the max length will update to 2. This condition is not fulfilled yet. So now we will do plus plus. Right plus plus. Now this is again 1. So 1 frequency will update to 2 now. The max length will become 3 here. This condition is still not fulfilled. Now we will move our right forward. Now we have 3. 3 is not in frequency map. When we added 3, immediately frequency dot size is greater than 2. Now we need to shrink our window in this case. Now we will shrink our window. What we will do is we will remove the leftmost element first. Now the left will point here, and on removing this, what we need to do is we need to reduce the frequency. Here 1 will be now having 1 frequency. 1 has a frequency, it is not 0, so we are not deleting it from it. Now what we will do is we will see now the frequency size is 3 again, so we need to shrink further. So in that case what we will do is we will do left plus plus, and now 2's frequency will become 0, and we will delete this from this frequency map. Now the frequency dot size is equal to 2, which is valid window. Now we will do right plus plus, and right will point to 4. Now if we see, we have not we have not done entry of 4, so we need to do it 4 frequency as 1, but the size has grown to 3, so we need to shrink the window again. So when we shrink the window, left will point here, but right has reached end of the array. So The final answer that we will have is 3. So we can pick 3 elements. So in this case, what we did is we had a window, we added a element to the window, and if the window became full, which means the frequency dot size is greater than 2, in that case we are shrinking the window, and we keep shrinking till this becomes equal to 2. So this was sliding window. Let's try coding it. So we will have an unordered map. Let's call it frequency. We will have a left pointing to 0 and a max length is equals to 0 initially. We will run a loop for starting our window. Now what we will do is we are pointing to the first element. What we will do is frequency of which element? The right pointed element. This we will increase. Now we need to check if frequency dot size is greater than 2, because we don't want more than 2 distinct elements, right? If it is equal to 2 or less than 2, in that case this will not run. But it has, suppose the map has 1 and 2 and now one more element was there, in that case this will run. So what it will do is it will shrink the window. So for shrinking, what it will do is, for removing the left element, it will first remove the frequency of that element. First the frequency is decremented, and if after decrementing the frequency, if the frequency has become 0, we need to erase that. So we have erased this particular element from the map, and now we will do left plus plus. So this is for shrinking the window. Now we need to update our max length. So this is the size of the window with left and right pointer, and at last we will return max length. So the time complexity is big O of n, because each element is added once and each element is removed once. And the space complexity is big O of 1, because we are using a map but we are using it for 2 elements only, so that's a constant. So this is not a fruit problem, this is the longest subarray with at most 2 distinct element problem. Let's code this now. We will have a variable for storing our answer, which will be maximum length. And we will have a variable for pointing beginning of our window, which is left, and initially it is pointing at 0. We will have an unordered map. Let's name it frequency. Now we will start traversing on the array. We will use right variable in the loop. So when right is 0, it is beginning of the window. Only one element is there in window. So what we will do is we will have frequency map, and what we will do is we will add the element which is pointed by right and count its frequency. So we will do increment. Now what we will do is we will start a while loop and check if the size of frequency map is it greater than 2, because we are only allowed 2 baskets. So what we will do is if frequency dot size, if it's greater than 2, in that case we need to shrink our window. So for shrinking, what we will do is frequency of left pointed element into the fruits array, and we will decrement it. If this particular element has reached to a frequency of 0, in that case we need to erase it from the map. So what we will do is if this element frequency is equal to 0, frequency dot erase. So this will erase the left element. Now what we will do is left plus plus. So this is for shrinking the window. At every point of time, we need to store our max length, which is maximum of previous max length, and right minus left plus 1, which is size of the current window. At last, we will return max length. Let's run our code. Now let's submit this code. So this was the question, fruit into basket. This is a very famous interview question. For more such videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.